Let's talk about fairies. No, not those kind. Not those either. Remember how in preschool you were told the story of Rumpelstiltskin and how he wanted some girl's firstborn child in exchange for spinning straw into gold? Yeah, those kind of fairies. The kind who make you their eternal slave if you're dumb enough to eat or drink anything inside their realm. Long ago, they were known to steal human babies from their crib and leave in their place changelings. Fairies disguised as the original children. Now, the reasons vary from telling to telling. Some say they took human babies because they were hardier than fairy babies. Some say they made the exchange using elderly fairies, so they could live out the last years of their lives being doted on by unsuspecting parents. But I heard a different tale recently. Once upon a time, fairies decided that humans on the whole were violent and incomprehensible and cloistered themselves away in the land of fairy, or Magmel, or whatever you want to call the fairy otherworld, for their own safety. But they also respected how, despite having no magic, humanity kept inventing new ways to thrive in spite of their many disadvantages. Technologies that let them harness the powers of nature, dramatically extend their lifespans, and even make hostile nations peaceful. Humanity was brilliant, but they were also dangerously insane. So, negotiating with them for their technology was out of the question. The only way for fairies to safely gain their hands on the products of human science was to steal it. So, every couple of decades or so, they would exchange a small number of their babies with newborn human children from all over the world. Then, after the changelings had grown into adulthood, the fairies would spirit away those who survived back to their rightful home. There, they would learn all about the latest innovations from those who had experienced it firsthand. Art, culture, medicine, engineering, transportation, everything. The more genre-savvy of you may already see where I'm going with this, but for those of you who haven't, let me ask you something. If someone saved you from a creepy weirdo and then told you that you were a secret fairy, and that the creeper was also a secret fairy who was trying to abduct you back to fairyland, what would you do? You'd laugh it off, right? Or at least you'd humor them for a while, because you were grateful for the save, and later on you'd have a wild new story to tell your friends. But what if they were telling the truth, and the seal that kept you human wears off whether you've gone back to fairyland or not? Legitimately asking for answers here, because that was awkward to explain to my boss and the doctor, and I don't know what happens next.